You are watching The Daily on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen, and today we are in the studio because it's raining again. But that's not stopping us from celebrating. The Kerplunks are here. We are their first stop on the tour to celebrate their new release, a DVD called Get Creative. It's got 10 new music videos on it, and we're going to look into that today. Also in the lineup, we're going to head over to the North Shore Mountains for another Dream Home tour, and Big Summer is here. This time we're going to head to Cottonwood Market in Nelson. Now, Chatelaine Magazine has rated that particular market one of the top 10 in Canada. Karen Elgersma is giving us a tour of the Haig Brown Heritage House near Victoria, and Rayanne LaPlante is taking us miniature with some remote control cars that are 1/20 scale and go faster than my car, which really isn't saying very much. I drive a minivan. But anyways, we're also going to check in with Jen Moranich. She will introduce us to a Japanese English, easy for me to say, maybe I don't speak English, language student in Victoria who is doing some very cutting-edge, intricate art with paper. But first, Minds in Motion. Here is Kelly Robinson.
I'm late from a breakfast date. I'd like some eggs, poached eggs. And I'd like bread, toast. I'm getting hungry. I'm late from a breakfast date.
You are watching The Daily on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen, and that was a sneak peek on Eggs, a brand new release on the Kerplunks Get Creative DVD. And we're actually quite thrilled to have the Kerplunks in our studio here on Boban Drive in Nanaimo. It's their first stop. They just picked up their box of DVDs. Tina Jones is here. They're having a whole lot of fun. The Kerplunks are always a lot of fun. And that video was no exception. You guys were really having a great time.
I'm getting hungry.
Well, how is that video good for kids visually, do you think?
Oh gosh, you know, everybody eats breakfast, right? And in our shows, we say, did everybody have breakfast today? What did you have? Did you have pancakes? Did you have toast? Who had eggs? So lots of kids go, I had eggs, and kids love chickens and eggs and stuff like that. So.
And you were hands-on. You have a lot of, the Kerplunks had a lot of visual control and input into what those videos looked like at the end.
Yeah, it's really neat to take something from the songwriting process to the recording studio and then into the video studio. So we actually built all the sets and all the props for Eggs and actually all the videos in the DVD.
Is it blending? I mean, songs and music, obviously auditory. Videos visual.
Yeah.
Is this blending the two worlds together? Are you now having to think visually when you're songwriting?
It is so interesting, especially as children's entertainers, because you have to think from the mind of a little munchkin and what's going to be exciting for them, but also not going to drive the parents nuts. So then there's also this audiovisual aspect of everything as well, because kids love to watch stuff over and over and over again. So we added a few little elements that adults are going to find funny too, and the kids are really digging too. So
you were working on this for 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
And I think as a fan of the Kerplunks, your title CD came out, and then right afterwards, Walk On, and then right after that, like a year in between.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yep.
And then now there's been a bit of a break in the music. Are you feeling you want to get back into this?
Oh yeah, and like you said earlier, we have a lot of songs in the memory banks, and we've been doing a little bit of writing, so it's exciting for us to be thinking about the possibility of going to the studio again.
Awesome.
Yes, and thinking about videos as we write, which is a really fun thing too.
We'll chat more about the Get Creative DVD that just came out, and there's a couple celebratory parties coming up in the area. We'll tell you about those as well. In the meantime, we're going to head down to Victoria. Karen Elgersma is taking us on a tour of the Haig Brown Heritage House and property. But first, Rayanne LaPlante with Notorious Remote Control, Notorious RC, cars that go faster than my own minivan.
Use those eyes and use those ears. If you see some
watching The Daily on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen. That was an excerpt from Walk On, a title track of the Kerplunks' second release. They are just now celebrating Get Creative, a brand new DVD release, and there are lots and lots of reasons to celebrate with the Kerplunks. DINAH, we're going to take a little break from the walking. Get Creative.
Hi, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Of all, this is so exciting for us.
The title was very purposeful of the DVD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's almost like a call out to action for doing something fun and creative instead of sitting in front of the tube like you are right now.
Yeah. You can watch TV as long as you're watching The Daily on Shaw TV, or if you put on the DVD with the Kerplunks. Oh, look, there's a poster inside.
A poster, see?
Thanks, Tina.
We figure Get Creative encourages people to do something fun, and you know how we decided to get creative? We made a coloring book. Oh, actually, it's more of an activity book. We did Connect the Dots, and an instrument matchup with which Kerplunk plays which instrument, and some coloring pages and word searches. So we did a little activity book, and we're going to give some away at our DVD release parties this weekend.
Awesome. So we haven't actually talked about that yet. We have a copy of the book here, but it is still at the printers. This is that new. We are their first stop, and you do have a couple parties coming up this weekend.
Yes, we do. We're releasing our DVD, the very big blowout parties. It's going to be super fun this weekend. Saturday, June 9th.
At the German
Hall.
At the
German Cultural Hall, thank you.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yeah, thanks. And we have tons of guests, like the whole crew will be there, like our buddy Todd Jones.
Who's behind the camera right now. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi.
And Frederick Robinson, who helped FPR production, helped with all kinds of really great stuff. He helped direct and did a whole bunch of editing, and everybody, most of the crew is going to be there this weekend. So
and then there's another one on GABRIOLA.
Yes, and
that's
so
on
Sunday, June 10th, Gabriola Island Community Hall at 2 o'clock.
Okay, awesome. You can get all the information about their upcoming performances on the website.
On our website,
kerplunks.com or .com. Now, you have been working on this for 2 years. You took a break from actually getting into the studio and recording new songs. This is so fresh. I almost feel guilty for asking, but I think I know you guys well enough. What's next?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's next? Get Creative has 9 of our biggest hits on it.
You'll recognize them all if you've listened to all of the Kerplunk CDs except for one, right?
Except for one, and it's called Technology, and it's a song that we were commissioned to do by the Applied Science Technologists and Technicians of British Columbia, ASTTBC. Yeah, I know. And they asked us to make a song that would get kids interested in technology. So we made a video and everything, and in some ways that just flowed perfectly with this entire project. So.
And are you anxious to get back into the studio? More commissions?
More commissions,
music?
yeah, a little bit more music, and maybe some soundtrack writing, which would be fun. And then we're also talking about our next album. How can we not?
How can you not? Thank you guys for everything.
Thanks,
we'll have
Kate.
more with the Kerplunks on this edition of The Daily. In the meantime, it's time to head over to Vancouver for another edition of Dream Homes. Before we get over there, we're actually going to go up to Nelson. Cottonwood Market is rated one of the top 10 markets in Canada by Chatelaine magazine, and that is our big summer. That brings us to the end of this edition of The Daily. A huge thank you and congratulations to the Kerplunks. We're thrilled to have been their first official, non-official stop as they celebrate the release of their brand new DVD called Get Creative. They have 2 concerts coming up in celebration, one at the German Hall in Nanaimo on Saturday at 2 o'clock, and then over on Gabriola Island on Sunday at 2 o'clock as well. You can get all of the details on those concerts or upcoming ones at thekerplunks.com. We're going to leave you now with one more sneak peek of one of the 10 videos that you'll find on this DVD. It is called Get Creative.
Get creative, let's get creative. Get creative, let's get creative. It's raining outside, wanna hang out where it's dry. So let's get out the craft supplies and get creative. Let's get creative. Get creative, let's get creative. How about some some